I believe that deep down there is a part of you that wants to find out what all the offerings in the church are being used for. But then again, you want to avoid a situation where you appear as that rebellion church member who walked up to the pastor or the leaders of the church and question their integrity.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
But the question is, are we eligible to know what the offerings in the church are being used for?
Nobody can seize our fundamental human rights.
Well, I think to an extent we are. In fact, the church is a family, not a business organization, right? My name is Jerry Nikwe. You can call me Nikwe J, and this is the Church Boy channel. Today we are going to be talking about what the offerings in the church are being used for. But please, I want to ask you to subscribe if you have not done so, okay? In fact, subscribe. 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 Right, I hope this charm works on you. Thank you so much for subscribing. So we are looking at what the offerings in the church are used for, and I'm touching on the three main offerings in the church. Okay, so a lot of the churches that I've been to have three main offerings. Okay, there is the first offering, there is the second offering, and then there is the tithe. Okay, the first offering, second offering, which is also the project offering, and then the tithe. Right, so the first offering is usually the one that I used to pay the Shabo boys. Sorry, just kidding. It's actually the offerings that I used to take care of administrative expenses. Okay, the administrative expenses in the church, the routine expenses in the church, like light bills, water bills, paying of instrumentalists, you know, especially the Shabo ones.
Yes, I mean it. You can't do me fuku. I've said it.
And you know, think of petty expenses in the church. Okay, usually that is what the church, the first offering is used for. Okay, and amazingly, that is what most of us give. Most of us don't give the second offering, which is the project offering. So the project offering is the second offering, and that is actually used for, like the name implies, projects. Okay, so that is the offering that I use to secure assets for the church. Okay, building of church auditoriums, the chairs in the church, furnish the church, blah blah blah. Okay, and then there is the final one, which is the tithe. Okay, now the tithe was traditionally supposed to be used to be paying the pastor and the other church workers. Okay, but what I found is most pastors don't even take the tithe anymore. They don't even receive the wages from the tithe anymore. Some of them recoup the tithe back into the church because God has blessed them so much. They have other sources of income. But traditionally, that was the original plan, to pay the pastors from that. Okay, so anytime you go to church and you are giving your first offering, your second offering, or your tithe, this is what it's supposed to be used for. Mind you, I'm not here to talk about, I'm not in the position to talk or question any pastor on what they use the church money for. This is a research I've made, and I've realized that this is what the offerings, the various offerings in the church we give are used for. Okay, so the first offering is for administrative expenses, you know, paying of petty, you know, meeting of petty expenses. The second offering, which is the project offering, is the one used for major projects and then for securing of assets. And the tithe is usually used to pay church workers and usually the pastor. Okay, so when you go to church and you are giving this, give it with, you know, some kind of happiness. Give it with joy, knowing that it's going to be used for what you give it for. All right, the name is Jerry Nikwe. You can call me Nikwe J. Follow me on IG at NikweJ08, NikweJ08. God bless you so much.